Hey there, I'm Miss Laura with the Wichita Falls Arts Council, and today we are going to make light bulb habitats. What it means is we're all going to create little plastic light bulbs with little plants and creatures and other things living inside of them. So here we have an aquatic theme, or like a little aquarium. Have some coral in here, little fish, some other sea plants. Some kind of looks like a snow globe. We have a little red shelter and some trees and little bits of snow. Here's a more developed habitat, right, where we have a lawn, a mailbox, and a bird checking the mail. This one is happening in the desert. Little dog, cacti, clouds. This one has a squirrel sitting on a chair. And this one is a little corn in a red field looking at a bird. So you guys are going to get to decide what you want to put inside of your light bulb habitat. We're all going to make the same light bulb, but again, the content of that light bulb, the little creatures or animals or objects that go into your light bulb are going to be entirely up to you. I'm going to need a few things to do this project. The most important thing is a light bulb template. So it has my two light bulb shapes, one for either side of my light bulb, and then also light bulb caps. I also have a clear plastic sheet or transparency, as well as a glue stick, a pair of scissors, a pencil to draw little plants and animals to cut out, and bits of different colored scrap paper. So I have a bunch of different colors. I'm just going straight from my scrap bin for this one. So I'm going to start with a template, and I'm going to cut out both of my light bulbs. And I'm going to cut around my light bulbs. I'm not going to cut on the line just yet. I'm just going to quickly cut around them, giving them a little bit of space outside of the line. And I didn't mention, there's an important thing that we also need, and that is blue tape. You're going to need about 1 foot of blue tape. There's one. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my second light bulb. And these little caps, I'll just cut these out now. You can be really careful and cut around all of this threading on the side of the light bulb cap, or you could just make a straight line if you don't want to cut into all of these little grooves. Next one. And I'm going to put these right up here in a nice pile where I can see them and I will not lose them. Okay. Back to my light bulb shapes, I'm going to take that 1 foot of blue tape and I'm going to divide it into 4 pieces. It's about a foot. So I'll start by dividing in half-ish. And I'm going to make 4 pieces of tape out of my 1 foot of tape. Okay. And each of these pieces of blue tape I'm going to roll so that they are sticky side out. Little tube, sticky side out, and I'm going to place 2 pieces of tape on each light bulb. Sticky. Okay, I'm going to locate my plastic sheet now. And I'm going to stick my 2 light bulbs to my plastic sheet. And I'm going to make sure that they are not touching the edge of my plastic. I don't want them going over the edge. And I don't want them to touch each other too. So make sure you give both of them enough breathing room. So now my 2 light bulbs are nice and stuck to my plastic sheet. I'm going to turn the whole thing over. And at this point, I'm going to actually cut out on this line now, cutting both the plastic sheet and the template all at once. And I like to separate my 2 light bulbs first. I think it makes it easier to manage the cutting. And I'm going to take my time, because now that I'm cutting on the line, I don't want to make any mistakes. I'm going to try to get it as close to the template shape as I can. There's one. And there is 2. I'm going to put all of these scraps to the side. I'm done with them. So now I have 2 light bulb shapes cut out. I need to remove the plastic, or remove the template from my 2 plastics. And I'm going to do that very carefully. I'm trying not to bend the plastic because that's going to leave a little mark on the plastic if it gets bent, a little trauma mark. There's one. And eventually I'll need to remove both of these from their templates, but I'm just going to remove one for now because I'm not going to need the second one until the very end of the project, and I don't want to lose it. So I'll just put that to the side and I'll take off the template later. Okay. I'm just lining this right now with a marker so we can all see what I'm doing. This is a step that you do not have to do. Okay, now we can see my light bulb. Okay. So this is the most important step, and that is putting plants, animals, and whatnot into my light bulb. And I'm going to do that with scrap paper. So I decided to do another aquatic little habitat, I cut out little fish, some yellow shapes, a little piece of coral, some seagrass. I do need to make a ground though, and that's something that you might need in most of your habitats, is something for all of your plants and animals to live on. And I'm going to show you what I found to be the easiest way to do that. So I have a pretty big piece of scrap paper here. I'm going to start by taking my light bulb and placing it on to the edge of my paper so that I can sort of gauge how tall I want my ground to be. It could be all the way up here, it could be all the way down here, but I like it right here. So I'm going to take my pencil. One hand will hold my light bulb still, and I'm going to use my other hand to draw a line around my light bulb. And I'm not drawing it right on the light bulb or right next to it. I'm giving it a little bit of room. So it has a nice buffer space between my light bulb and the line. I'm going to take my scissors and cut out this part now. So I don't like this super flat line going across, so I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut a wave into it. Make it a little more exciting. Okay. I'm going to find my glue stick. I'm going to apply glue to most of this. A lot of glue on there. Okay. I'm going to grab my light bulb and press it onto my glued paper. Okay, so now I have a nice ground area, and all I have to do is cut off this excess. And that way my ground area extends to the absolute perimeter of my light bulb, all the way to the edge. So I'm very, very, very carefully trying to cut away this excess and not cut into my light bulb. Okay. And this piece has a little bit of glue still on it, so I'm going to let this dry off to the side before I put it either in the garbage or back in my scrap bin. Okay. So at this point, I have a ground, and all I have to do is fill this with plants and animals. And again, I pre-cut mine. I do recommend drawing them with a pencil first and then gluing them on. Okay. So I'm going to do all of my plants first, then I'll throw my animals in there. And this is a really important note, is that when you're gluing all of your plants and animals into your habitat or onto your light bulb, you want to apply glue just to the paper, and then you want to stick it to the light bulb. You never want to put glue directly onto your light bulb, or else it starts to look really, really messy. I'm going to let some of my little seagrasses overlap. Now glue on my red coral. My yellow C shapes. I don't know what these are. Okay. Okay, so I have finished gluing all of my little animals and my plants and my yellow things onto my light bulb. So to finish up this project, I'm going to find that second light bulb that I cut out, and like the first one, I'm going to very carefully remove the template and tape and not bend the plastic while I'm doing so. Perfect. I'm going to very carefully apply glue to this outer edge here. I don't want to apply it in the middle. And this is the only time we'll be gluing directly on the plastic. Oh, and I can apply a bunch of glue to this top area here where my light bulb cap is going to sit. Oops. And then now I'm going to sandwich in all the little creatures, and they will stay inside of my light bulb forever. Okay, now they are trapped, and I will now glue on my light bulb caps to finish the project. And I'll do that by applying glue to both of them. This one, I'll glue it up. I'm going to glue up the second one. And these are just going to sandwich both of my light bulb pieces. Okay, and like that, I am done. I have a light bulb with plants and animals in it and other things. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.